I just couldn't leave him there to die. I'm really sorry.
It's too late now, bucko. Daddy, I hope you fire anyone who doesn't treasure your daughter, Miss Nancy Scarborough. Trouble Busters.
Hey guys, I'm Jason, and I'm just an ordinary officeman. My girlfriend Nancy is a little bit self-indulgent, but I think it's only one of her many charms. I only consider myself an ordinary human being without much to offer anyone. But there's one thing about me that's anything but ordinary. And that is the fact that for some strange, mythical reason, people in dire need of help always seem to cluster around me, so to speak. Practically every day I encounter women on the bus who bears the mark of maternity, and I give them my seat. I often meet a lost child in a department store, or just there on the street. And most recently, I've had the most extraordinary experience. One day, as I was making my way to work, I found a woman standing on the street, and she looked though she could collapse unconscious at any second. Are you all right, miss?
Yes, I'm all right, my good man.
No, she's completely not all right. She's swaying from side to side, and her skin looks pretty flushed. Maybe heat stroke setting in? I gotta help her out. That day turned out to be a sudden onset scorcher, and even I was about to fall to my knees because of the merciless heat. I was becoming more and more certain that this lady was beginning to suffer from heat stroke. Miss, you must forgive me for being perhaps a little protective here, but I must suggest you seek shelter in a cool place.
I see. Thank you very much, my good man.
Sit yourself down over there, under that tree. I'll be right with you after I get some fluids. How are you, miss? Feeling any better?
Unfortunately, the drink is in a red Gatorade, which works wonders on me, so I'm afraid it'll take a little more time, my good man.
So she still feels unwell. Do you want me to call an ambulance?
I'm fine, my good man. It's not as serious as that, I assure you.
If walking's a bit of a hassle for you, I suggest you get a ride home in a taxi, miss. I'll call one right now.
I'm really sorry, but I'm not entirely comfortable in the vehicle whenever I do hitch a ride in the taxi. I appreciate your gesture, my good man. I really do, but you need not call one.
Not entirely comfortable? Maybe she means she doesn't exactly want to pay anything to get home? If it's about money, miss, I can pay for your fare. Please, I must urge you. Better safe than sorry, as they say.
But I can't.
Please, don't worry about it. Pleasure meeting you, miss, but I must be off. Take care! This kind of thing happens almost every single day. I've started to wonder if I'm a mutant with some strange properties that make people who need help magically appear in my vicinity. And sometimes it can lead to pretty dire consequences, much like this story. One day, I was on a date with Nancy, and that day was no exception. Someone who needed help appeared in front of me, and it was pretty serious. That old man over there, he looks pretty unwell. I wonder if he's okay.
It's none of your business. He's going about his day. Let's go, darling.
Oh my God! Quickly, I had to call an ambulance.
Call an ambulance? If you do that, the police will get involved too, and things will become tedious. You don't want an old grandfather to ruin our date now, would you?
Right now, that grandfather's life could be at stake. We have to help him.
You're such an idiot, Jason. Don't you realize the police are going to be talking to you for the rest of the day? It's our first date in over 2 weeks. Are you really going to let this ruin it? Our time together is more important than some stupid old gas bag. Leave him, I say.
The heck you talking about? A date could be rescheduled for another time, but a life can't be given back once it's gone. This man is fighting to survive, Nancy, and he needs all the help he can get. I'm not going to stand by and do nothing.
Then, what do you propose to do with the plans we had for today?
I'm sorry. It'll have to be another time. I promise with all my heart and soul that I'll make the time.
No. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. You're such a lost cause. The whole world isn't going to change if that geezer lives or dies. Leave him.
Maybe you can, but I sure as hell can't abandon someone needing help. The date is canceled.
Gah, what a damn day this is.
This is a date for helping people, damn it!
Oh, so this is how it's gonna be, is it? You're never gonna take my side on anything now, eh? Hey, Jason, you do realize who my dad is, right?
Of course I do. You're the daughter of our company's own president. I'm not that stupid, you know.
You're gonna get fired, you know.
Does it look like I give a good goddamn? This man's life is more important than my career, without a doubt. The fact that you're the beloved daughter of an elite makes no damn difference. The world revolves around mutual support and compassion, and I choose to trust my humanity and do the right thing in this situation.
Unbelievable. I'm gonna get you fired, Jason. Mark my frickin' words.
Sir? Sir! Are you all right, sir? Hang in there. An ambulance is on the way. Are you his family, sir? Would you accompany him to the hospital, please? I'm not his family. I was just passing by, and I thought I should help. And of course, I shall accompany him to the hospital. That day, I went to the hospital with an old man I'd never seen before. Thankfully, his life wasn't in danger, but doctors say they can't confirm what could have happened if the ambulance arrived any later. I went home after talking to the police and the hospital. The next day, I was on time for work when I was quickly and suddenly summoned to the president's office. Oh yeah, I'd forgotten about the fact that Nancy said she was gonna get me fired. I'm not really gonna get fired, am I? Excuse me, sir. Oh, Nancy dear.
Have a seat, Mr. Jason. Nancy told me everything. Is it true that yesterday you broke a promise to her and left her for some other person?
Yes, sir. That is true.
See? What did I tell you, Daddy? Jason here chose an old geezer whom we never met before. By the way, over me. Your daughter, his charming girlfriend, who loved him lots.
I just couldn't leave him there to die. I'm really sorry.
It's too late now, bucko. Daddy, I hope you fire anyone who doesn't treasure your daughter, Miss Nancy Scarborough.
If you say so, darling. I can't do anything but oblige. Mr. Jason, starting tomorrow, you need not come to work anymore. But of course, I'll abide by the Labor Standards Act, and you'll be paid for the month. Don't worry.
I see.
I'm sorry, my boy, but I'm afraid you're dismissed. Nancy will stay in a bad mood if you aren't, you understand? Thanks for all the hard work you've done for us. Never forget that we appreciate everything.
I understand, sir. Today shall be my final day, and I won't be bothering you anymore. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and I bid you good luck, sir.
No.
This isn't me! Shouldn't just accept the situation without taking a stand. At least I was paid for this month. I have an entire month to find another job. Come on, Jason, dude. Fight on! Fight on! And yet, even when I'm in need of some miracles, other people still appear in front of me, hoping for some help too. As a result, that interfered with me trying to find another job. Then the police contacted me. The first thing they told me was that this was about something urgent, and they needed to speak with me. Actually, it wasn't the police who wanted to speak with me.
Mr. Jason, I really can't thank you enough for your service the other day.
Oh no need to thank me, sir. I'm only glad you seem to be back to your healthy self.
Oh, nonsense, my boy. Without you being in the right place at the right time, my life would be no more. I'd like to find some way to start repaying you, who I'm all I like. Name it, and you shall have it, Mr. Jason.
I don't want to put you through all the trouble, sir. All I ever did was the obvious thing that anyone could have done.
My boy, you mustn't hold yourself back. Is there anything at all you're concerned about? I'll do what I can to help you out.
No, sir. I'm all right.
Oh my, you have no grit at all, do you? I have to say, my boy, your first impression on me is fantastic. Please, allow me the chance to thank you. Go on then.
Well, damn, what should I do? Maybe I should let him have the chance to thank me. Maybe that way this will come full circle and he won't feel guilty.
Leave that poor man alone, grandfather.
Oh, there you are, Gabrielle, darling.
Perhaps refraining from insisting would make him at ease. He seems he truly doesn't want to put you through the trouble.
Are you ill at ease, my boy?
No, sir. Perish the thought. I will say, I will only accept your gratitude. That's really all I need. Everything is so worth it when I hear someone thank me for something I did.
Is that so? Such wisdom, such selflessness. Perhaps you really don't have anything at the moment. But in the event something arises in the future, please don't hesitate to turn to me.
Of course. Thank you very much. Is there something wrong with my face?
Foo. It's been a long time, my good man.
That day, I stayed a while at the man's house, whose name was Mr. Goodman. Had delicious tea and snacks, talked about this and that, and later went home. All things considered, I'm so happy to know he looks the picture of health once again. A few years passed since I met the delightful Mr. Goodman and his lovely granddaughter, Miss Gabrielle. Nancy? What are you doing here?
I hired a detective agency, and they found out where you live, Jason. I've come to tell you that I can marry you if you want me to.
What's this sudden talk of marriage? Why?
That's none of your business.
Yeah, that's a problem. Because unless you give me the details, I don't think marrying you would have benefits for me.
What's with that rude attitude? You're telling me you don't want to marry me?
I'm sorry.
That's not what you're supposed to say, damn it. If you don't marry me, I'm gonna tell Daddy that you usurped a lot of money from his company. What do you say to that?
Ayo, what? That's completely ridiculous. That's a false accusation that doesn't have any proof. This is way too oppressive, Nancy.
A life of misery, of facing accusations one after another looks just right for you.
A life of misery? That would be you, honestly, since it's excruciating in the same way hand-washing $1 million tuxedo is. The hell is she talking about? More to the point, though, this talk about marriage is so stupid. Why the hell did she appear at my door? She did dump me, didn't she?
How about it? Change your mind about marrying me yet?
Ah! What a damn day!
No use using that kind of stupid humor on me, Jason, darling. The only people who'll laugh at that load of cringe is your own family.
I mean, do you see me denying that? Of course it's only my family who laughs at that kind of humor.
I'll leave for today, but know this. Don't you can't oppose me, you hear? I'll make you suffer if you don't adhere to my wishes.
Jason, was someone at the door just now?
Oh, Gabrielle.
You don't look too good right now. Did something happen? Did that person deliver you some bad news?
To be honest, an ex-girlfriend of mine just barged in here and suddenly talked about me and her getting married.
Getting married?
I told Gabrielle everything I could remember about Nancy, about how she is as a person, what relationship was like, and how we eventually broke up. We broke up years ago, and we didn't even stay in contact this whole time. I really have no idea why she suddenly wants me back.
So correct me if I'm wrong. A woman, your ex-girlfriend, not only dumped you after you ditched a single date to help grandfather, but she also got you fired for that same reason. You were incommunicado after you two broke up, and now, years later, she suddenly appears at your front door, saying she hired a detective to track you down, and decided that you two marrying was a good idea?
Yeah, that's basically the gist of it, yeah. I'll say this again, I don't know why she would do such a thing.
And what about you, Jason? Are you still in love with that woman?
Perish the thought, Gabrielle. I swear on my life and soul that I have zero affectionate feelings towards Nancy.
In that case, I don't believe there's any reason for you to do what that woman says. If things get out of hand, let me know. I'll do what I can to help you.
Thank you, Gabrielle. You're always so nice.
Foo-foo-foo-foo.
A few days later, Nancy stopped by my place again. Today's the day I'm gonna end things between her and I, if it's the last thing I do. I'm sorry, Nancy, but it looks like that I'm gonna have to call some reinforcements. Troublebusters, initiate!
And? Have you made up your mind? What am I saying? You don't even have the right to refuse my proposal.
Of course I made up my mind.
Aw, you really did make up your mind to marry me. Welcome to the family, darling.
I decided that not only am I not going to marry you, but I'm also not gonna be a stupid sock puppet.
Excuse me? I don't believe this. So you're actually refusing to marry me? This angel from heaven that you see before you.
I'm really sorry. Find someone else to give you the happiness you deserve.
How freaking dare you? Who gave you the right to oppose me and my own decisions? I'm gonna tell my daddy about this, and mark my words, I'm gonna make you regret you ever said no. You're gonna have a criminal record from now on, with a very serious case of embezzlement. Are you willing to accept that as a consequence of your selfishness?
Guess I'll have to do my best to prove my innocence, huh? I don't know why I have to, but damn it, I'll succeed or die trying.
I just told Daddy all about it. You are a full-fledged criminal. Oh well, lesson learned, I suppose. What better way to make you understand never to oppose me? Your life is a shambles. Enjoy your misery.
And thank you so much for laying that out so beautifully, ma'am.
No way. You?
It's been a long time, Nancy. I haven't seen at any parties recently. Is something going on?
Huh? Wait. You two?
Are the two Wonder Women? Yes, we are.
Bruh. I meant to ask, you two know each other?
We often met at parties a while ago. You know how the presidents of assorted enterprises get together in a party to meet people and stuff like that?
Ah, I see now. Family members are often invited to these little soirees too, I guess. That's why you two've been going, I suppose.
Foo. That's exactly right, Jason.
Why is Gabrielle with you right now, Jason?
Actually, Gabrielle is my wife, you see. That's why I can't marry you, even if I wanted to, which I don't.
Your wife? You got married?
Oh, yes, how rude of me. Allow me to introduce you to once more. Gabrielle, honey, this is the ex-girlfriend I was talking about a couple days ago, Nancy Scarborough.
I didn't ask him who you were when you first stopped by, but who would have thought you were the ex-girlfriend he was talking about?
I demand that you two get divorced right now. When it comes to the daughter of the president of a company, I'm the more elegant and the more beautiful, aren't I? You deserve someone so much more than this hunk of flesh.
Foo. Good luck lying your way through to victory, my dear ma'am. Didn't your father sell his company to another not too long ago? Who do you think was the buyer of his company?
What do you mean, Gabrielle? Use simple English, please, and perhaps within 3 short sentences.
In a nutshell, Mr. Scarborough isn't the president of a company anymore. I would bet anything that Nancy here recently discovered that you became the president of grandfather's company, and she decided to seek you out and marry you to live a life of materialism and luxury. She was no longer president's daughter, so the next thing she sought was becoming a president's wife.
Damn, you really switched everything into 3 easy sentences. And for that, I love you, and I thank you. But why, Nancy?
Because you were the simplest guy who had the most money. That's why.
How dare you be rude in my house? You really can't hide your malicious side, can you, Nancy darling?
Do I need to remind you of all the good times I gave you when you were dating me, Jason? As a form of thanks for that, I think it's reasonable that you give me just a little bit of money, eh? I got the right to get some kind of recompense, right? Right?
That's quite enough, Nancy Scarborough.
Excuse me?
You don't understand Jason here in the least. Jason is naturally a kind person, one who never, I repeat, never abandons a person in need of help for anything less important. The fact that you only see bags of gold coins and dollar bills when you behold such an amazing person is more than enough proof to show how crazy you really are.
Kind? That's not an asset in any goddamn way. You think you can make a decent living with nothing but kindness? A good-natured person who actively helps a worthless old man lying on the street is nothing but a stupid hypocrite.
Worthless old man? Lying on the street? I don't suppose you mean my own grandfather.
Yes, I do mean your stupid grandpa, damn it. When we noticed an old man collapse on the sidewalk, I quickly recognized him as your grandfather. That's why I wanted to leave him to his fate. If Daddy's rivals dwindled away, then his company would profit more, and I would live a better life.
What? You don't mean to tell me this is true?
And so what if it's true? It was a perfect time to send a perfectly weakened, frail old walrus to the other world where he belongs. And you went along and ruined everything. And now, these are the consequences.
You shut your goddamn mouth, bitch!
Hey!
So you were actually willing to watch a person die in front of your own eyes, knowing you could keep them alive, just so you could get a hold of a few extra bucks? Do you realize how psychopathic you sound right now? You'll pay for this, damn it!
I mean, frickin' obviously. Any sensible person would always put their own financial benefits before anything else.
You're the epitome of human scumbags, Nancy! Even in the scenario I'm single, I would, I repeat, never marry a bitch the likes of you! I'd rather be gnawed to death by plague-infested rats!
Go on, keep on saying that load of bullshit. You know what they say, history is always written by the victors.
Now I realize again how grateful I am that I saved that old man's life. Helping people, getting help from people, the heart full of gratitude and the soul filled with compassion. If it had not been for those traits, I would never have come to where I now stand. I would never have been able to meet and later marry my darling Gabrielle, the most wonderful wife anyone could ever ask for.
Foo. Oh, Jason, that sudden compliment. Oh no, am I getting a heat stroke again? I'm feeling a little dizzy.
My connections with Mr. Goodman never ended with a single encounter. I stopped by for tea and chit-chat a couple times every week, perhaps with a couple games of chess too. He really enjoyed spending time with me, and likewise, he was an awesome person to be with. One thing led to another, and the topic of my employment status eventually arose, and I admitted that I'd lost my job about a month before. Oh, I see. In that case, would you like to work for us? Pardon me, sir? What do you mean?
I actually manage a company myself. And recently we've started recruiting new employees to expand the business, you see. And anyone who has kindness and compassion as their biggest asset is more than welcome to work for us.
This can't be happening. Are you sure, sir? And soon afterwards, I started working for Mr. Goodman's company. I absolutely love my work there. The environment could be considered legendary, honestly. I sometimes feel like I don't ever want to leave the office. I'll be honest. I tried a few things during my training period, and it didn't take long for me to find exactly what I wanted to do for work. Years passed, and with some of Mr. Goodman's help, I was able to start my own business. I will never have anything to do with anyone, let alone marry them, who frowns upon any actions intended to help others. Like you, Nancy Scarborough.
Looky who's talking like a stupid company president.
Security! Assaulting Jason now, are we, ma'am? Well, as his wife and as someone who despises any form of intended violence, you're gonna regret doing that. I'll let you go just this once, but if I ever see your cruel, contorted face again, I won't hesitate to unleash my wrath full force.
Grr! God damn it! I just want to give him a single good hard slap on that stupid face of his. Remember me!
The hell is that last line? She sounded like a villain with that tone and with that choice of words. Anyway, looks like she's gone. Thank goodness for that.
The fact that she tried to be respectable once she found out you became a company director. I didn't think anyone of this mentality existed in real life, but she proved so damn wrong. So disappointing.
The fact that Nancy became someone like that, I think I shoulder a bit of the blame. No, not really. It's not important. After that day, I never saw or heard from Nancy again. Except for one time, and this was a completely unexpected incident that occurred a couple of months after she was thrown out of our house by security. Is that Nancy and Mr. Scarborough? Gabrielle and I were taking a drive out in the countryside one day when two humanoid shadows appeared in the distance. As we got closer, one of them became more and more familiar, until I was absolutely positive it was Nancy and her father. They were trudged along aside the road, and maybe looking for food or something, and they looked gaunt, penniless, and exhausted.
Oh,
You may go now, Adrian.
Very good, sir.
excuse me. Please, I beg you, help us out, please.
Damn, that Nancy looked haggard near beyond all recognition.
What?
Adrian, my guy, I must apologize. Take us back, if you please.
Of course, sir.
I just can't do it. She may have been someone who caused a deal of discomfort and pain in the past, but I just can't leave her there helpless. Gabrielle, would you mind waiting here for a little?
Oh, sure, of course.
Please accept this. You look like you haven't eaten in days.
Jason!
I'm sorry about earlier. That was my cruel side acting up.
Thank you.
If you need help, there's a governmental system that'll offer financial aid in your life until you get back on your feet. I'll introduce you to it. I have some work to do after I get back to the city, so I can't go with you, but I'll send someone to help you out.
Jason, I'm really sorry about what happened that day. I now know for sure, kindness and compassion really do make the world spin, and I have you to thank for opening my eyes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my dear Mr. Jason. This means so much.
After they'd eaten, they left the convenience store on foot, thanking me and waving their hands until they disappeared out of sight. I also introduced them that government support system I mentioned, and I hope their lives will get even a little bit better within the next few days.
You never cease to amaze me, Jason. What you just did is exactly why I love you so much. Foo-foo-foo?
Did you get any awkward feelings when you saw me being kind to Nancy, who tried to assault me in the past, and to her father?
Not at all. It's because of those selfless acts of kindness that reassure me that I can trust you to do the right thing.
Thank you, Gabrielle, dear. Now I have a beautiful woman who loves me and my quirks. The whole package beyond any means measurable. There are people in the world who judge others based on their social status or their financial situation or their income. But one of the greatest pleasures in life is to search and to find that person who accepts you for who you are, who sees your strengths as much as you do, and who hopes to stay with you until the end of time. That is the greatest joy anyone can find in life, in my eyes, and I hope you get to experience that feeling too. Trouble Busters!